Okay, guys, so make sure you are in the test employees, okay? And what we'll do here, we'll walk through different use cases where data will be changed, okay? And look, I'll not get into too much detail about the statements that change data, but just as a reminder, you see, you usually have these CRUD operations. Yes, they are called CRUD because they are create, read, update, delete. Well, the read is a select statement, okay? But for the rest, create, this means this maps to the insert statement, update and delete. Yeah, and the delete has also truncate as an alternative where the metadata is deleted, okay? And insert, delete, update, okay? Including truncate and including merge, yeah? We'll see at the end another use case with merge. They are part of the DML, data manipulation language in SQL, because they change data. Okay, and just because we will be changing data from our tables, yeah, I prefer to create some copies of the department and employees here, and we'll do it in a different manner. Okay, create and replace table department, select everything from department. Okay, this is known as CTAS, create a table as select. That's an acronym. Okay, and this creates a hard copy of both the column definition and the data. The data is copied as it is, yeah, from the source to the target. Okay, but for the employee table, I will say create table employee clone initial employee table. Okay, so what this does, this will create a table with the same column definition, but the data, the initial data, will be shared. There is no hard copy of data. But once you do this and you start making changes in parallel to both the source and the target, they will get internally their own separate storage. Okay. So why is this good? Which one to use? Well, Snowflake doesn't recommend, yeah, for big tables to use CTAS. As you may expect, if you already have a large table and you want to create a copy of the table, try to use clone because you will reuse shared data. If your table has only a few records and you plan from now on, yeah, to add, I don't know, teradata or terabytes of data in each of the source and target tables, yes, it's better to go with CTAS. And you have also another variant here, create table like. When you say like, yes, this will just create another table with the same column definition, but the table will be empty. Okay, so remember these three different ways, yeah, to basically create another table from a source table. Okay, so for us here, yeah, let's create a. We don't care about this one, which one we'll use. I just wanted to walk you through these three different use cases. So I create a table of departments. Okay, I create a table of employees. Okay, and okay, let's move on now to the first use case, specific use case, yeah, for update. Okay, this is about multi-joined rows, and you'll see what's about. Let's have a look in the table of employees, yeah, for all the employees with the job salesman. Okay, if you look here, yeah, you don't see it here, but this returns. You have four employees, which are all salesmen, but they map to the same department. Yeah, it is department 30. Okay, if you look back here to the department 30, you see 30 cells. Okay, that's a one. So what we want right now, have a look at this one. Update department 5, yeah, this one. Set department ID minus 30, so, yeah, okay. And we look for this specific entry, yeah. We look how? With a join. From employee 5, we created a join on the department ID and we filtered out anything but the salesman, okay. So let's do this. Let's do this and let's see what we get. Interesting. Number of rows updated 1. Number of multi-joined rows updated 1. Why is this? Because, yes, if you look at the table of departments, you see minus 30, okay, we had one update. But actually, this was a multi-joined update because the row was basically updated for 4 different entries in the employees table. Why was this possible? Yeah, why we didn't get an error or anything else? Well, because yeah, if you look at the session parameter called error on non-deterministic update, this is by default false, okay? And if your current value is false as well, you see here description, rises an error when attempting to update a row that joins many rows, okay? So, let's try it again. And let's say here error on non-deterministic, let's set it to true. Okay, we want an error. And let's repeat the experiment. We'll recreate the table of departments, yeah, department 5, 30 here. And I will repeat the exact same statement as before, yeah, with a join, which is a multi-join. And you see, duplicate row detecting on DML action, row values, whatever. Yes, but this will throw an error if you change error on non-deterministic update for your session to true. Okay, to avoid this, for instance, yeah, you have a possibility to avoid the join itself. So you can do it this way. You see, with no from clause, basically with a subquery. Yeah. Let's see, we're in the same situation here. Okay, update. Okay, let's see what we got. Yeah, number of rows updated, you see one. And they don't tell me anything about multi-join. Okay, in this case, I have no problem with a multi-join, yeah, because I created something different. And yes, only one row was updated, but you see, basically this came also from four different rows, but it's been updated only once. Okay, let's move further and let's consider another use case, a different use case for delete. It's somehow related because it's also about joins, but that's for a delete operation. Let's recreate just a table, our table of departments, because we want it fresh. Okay, and look, you want to delete from department 5 the same way as you did it before, but you want to join on employee 4. Okay, uh, you cannot add uh, you cannot add employee at the list of from, because you want to delete only from the departments, you see. But if you do this, yeah, this will fail, because of course, you see, employee 5 should be included somewhere. Okay, but you cannot put it in from, because otherwise you will remove rows also from employees, and you want only the row from the department to be deleted. Okay, to do this, you see, you have the using keyword. So you pass here tables that you may use in your where criteria here, but you don't want records from those tables to be removed. Okay, so if you do this, okay, let's see. Okay, number of rows deleted. Okay, it's one, and yeah, let's have a look at this one. Okay, you see the row with 30, yeah, department ID 30 has been removed. Okay, you have an alternative without using, and let's do this. Yeah, let's just recreate, because we removed the row. Okay. We want to recreate first the department table and then say delete from where department ID in. So we use the exact same trick as we did before. We use a subquery instead of a join. And yes, it worked. As you can see here. Yeah, let me just display it again. Okay, to make sure that, yeah, the row with 30 disappeared. Okay, and one final use case here. Let's see, absurd. Okay, we don't have an absurd operation in Snowflake. Basically, this works like this. Other database systems, they include absurd. Try to update the row, but if the row is not there, based on a primary key or unique identifier, insert the row. Okay. So let me just recreate, you see, the department table. And when you look at the department, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, okay? Let's create you see, create or replace a select, yeah? Another CTAS, okay? But we'll insert two values, we'll also populate from scratch, yeah? from scratch, we'll populate this new table, department 6, yeah, which is very similar to the other one, okay, with two values. And you know what? I don't want to get complex with all this. Yeah, this came from somewhere else, but I don't want this here. Okay, and I will say create and create and replace. Let's run this. Select, and we'll show what we got. Okay, so we already have a research department in Dallas. Yeah, with 20 in the department 5. We don't have a department with department ID 50. So you want this record, the record with department 20 to be updated and this one to be inserted, yeah, based on the department ID. How to do this? How to do this? Well, with a merge operation. Merge into department 5 using department 6 on, you see the join here, on the department ID. When not matched, then insert all by name. When matched, then update all by name. Okay? All by name, that's a clause that has been recently introduced here for all these use cases. You refer to all the possible columns, okay, from the source to the destination. You don't want, because otherwise you have to pass explicit columns, you have to pass explicit set operations here, and explicit columns and values in here, okay? But so remember this format. Let's run it. Let's run it. Let's see the output. Number of rows inserted 1, number of rows updated 1. Okay, and if you look at uh, the target table, okay, so yes, we got for 20 only one row with research 2, Dallas 2. So this was an update. And new department, new city with department ID 50. This was a insert.